Fucking you, bloody, you, bloody, you, bloody. What's your bitch? You, bloody, fuck you, bloody. Fucking mother, bloody, fuck bitch. Bloody, fuck you, fucking bloody bastard.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day today. Bitcoin is down today, which is very, very interesting because if we have a look at the S&P is actually pumping today, whereas Bitcoin is pulling back. Now, why is this happening? Well, today obviously is midterm elections, but let's be honest, guys. We got some whale wars going on right now. We got CZ going against Sam from FTX and Alameda, and Solana's dumping, and the FTT token is dumping, and some people are suspecting that they're selling some of their Bitcoin in order to cover the costs, and they could be getting liquidated, and it's just a lot of madness right now, guys. So what I want to talk about today is the plot thickening a little bit more between these whale wars, what is going on, what we should expect with the Bitcoin price if everything does go according to plan, assuming that it isn't worse than we thought. And then also, of course, how should we expect the, results of the midterms as well as the CPI report that is coming out on Thursday to also affect the price. So if all that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider it. And guys, I just want to point out that we have been talking about this area right here for quite some time. Now, right now, it is a little bit scary because you can see we are attempting to push below it. But remember, I told you we were waiting for a retest of this level. So regardless of all the FUD that's going on with FTX and Binance, I actually had been saying I was anticipating this level. Now, I am not currently in a trade, but I did buy some spot Bitcoin down here. I do think this is a good level, not financial advice, to buy some Bitcoin. We were waiting for it. And, obviously we do have some of these wicks that do fall below these levels. But ultimately, as long as we can hold this upward support and confirm above this tomorrow, then I would actually switch over into a trade if we can confirm above for 19,457 roughly, right? So close a daily candle, minimally a 4-hour candle above that level, preferably a daily candle. And I do think then we would continue off to the races. I think we would blast through this level here. And I think that our next level would be $21,742. So obviously, if you guys are interested in learning how to trade, make sure you turn on the bell notifications too so you get these updates. I do have a tutorial popping up above. And also, just side note, I know we're mostly using BitGet right now. At least that's what I'm using right now. But if you guys are interested, there actually is a $30,000 bonus going on right now on Bybit. So if you guys want, you can check that out below in the links, as well. So they are doing that. I don't really trade over there, but they are doing that if you guys are interested and you do trade over there. So once again, guys, parallel channels, look at how these are playing out perfectly. And these channels, by the way, are not, they're not arbitrary. It's not like, you see what I'm saying? Like it actually makes it a perfect distance. So it's not like me drawing random lines. I just, put this channel right here and you can see that we are ultimately respecting it, right? The top right here, top right here. We did have this fake out, right? And that's why you want to wait for those confirmations because yes, you did get this candle, but then look what happened. The next one was red, right? So same thing down here. Even if we do fall down out of this, that's fine. We could come down to some of these lower levels, but what I am looking for ultimately is, like I said, to close back above this level somewhere in here, right? So the best case scenario would be closing above 19,600 because then that would get us above this entire cluster right here, right? So then that would be flipping that hopefully into support. So once again, guys, like I said, this is exactly why TA actually does matter. They say it doesn't matter. Well, why are we stopping right here? How come we, had the fake out here? Why did we have so much support right here, right? So you do have to pay attention to what the charts are telling you. Now, currently, we have lost this downtrend just a little bit. As you guys can see, we are actually sitting below it, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, unless we literally just start then trending lower and lower and lower, and then most likely this descending triangle will play out, and then this would just have been a fake out, right? That's a possibility. However, I don't think that's going to happen, and we'll get into just why in a little bit more. But nevertheless, you guys can see zooming in right here, as long as we're supported on this heart line right here in the falling wedge, then I still think we're good, right? Because, remember, it had been acting as resistance for quite some time. So, the area that you really don't want to fall below is, pretty much the previous, major swing low, which was around that $17,600 level, which we do still believe is the bottom, and we are still anticipating a rally into the end of the year. And really, the level that's pretty much been our savior every single time we've ever fallen down here is this 89 EMA on the monthly. And thus far, with the exception exception of this one little tiny little wick right here where we came below it, Bitcoin has never fallen below that in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on our 6th month now. So that level is 18,320 at the time of making this video. I would be shocked if Bitcoin fell below that level, and that is another really good area, not financial advice, of course, to put in some buys, because for the past 6 months, every time we hit that lavender level, right around that $18,300 level currently, we just have that bounce. We always have the bounce, right? And the interesting thing is that the entire crypto market cap right now is in fact struggling on the 200 weekly moving average. So we do have to see if that holds. But again, we go over here, Bitcoin is dumping. Over here, we have the S&P pumping today, right? So the S&P is actually moving to the upside. At the same time, we have the DXY falling, attempting to push below this level. Now, if we do close below, 109, then there is a chance that the dollar actually may have finally topped out, finally, right? Even though every other time we do continue to just continue up. This could actually be the top that everyone's waiting for. Now, here's the situation. This is Solana. So you can see right here, Solana was sitting at around $38. Boom, massive plummet, 36% down. Now, why is this? Well, we know that Solana is obviously a very big investment, from FTX and Sam, and whether or not they hold it, I don't know if this is like a spiteful dump, if people are dumping because they're losing faith in these guys, but nevertheless, what ended up happening as we are making this video, we still have the price falling on FTT. And remember, in yesterday's video, I told you guys that we had all of this area of VPVR right here, and as soon as we lost that, like I said, the next level a little bit is basically where we're at right now. But the next level of support is really down around $9.60. So, if you guys do want to trade this, that's another thing you guys can also do. You can trade that on Bybit if you want. You can short or long FTT right now, whatever you guys want to do. But yeah, we knew that something was going to happen, and it was only a matter of time on this level. How many times can you hit this level, before you fall through, right? And ultimately, if you look at it, this was sort of a giant descending triangle, right? Which is what we don't want to happen with Bitcoin. So yeah, could this be CZ? Could it just be, sort of the network effect, right? Like FUD, they start to sell, other people start to sell, then all of a sudden orders start getting triggered. That's a possibility, but you can see right here, the FTT trading volume, they say is thermonuclear, 3.3 billion so far in the futures market, and FTX's stablecoin reserves just reached a year low, 51 million as of now, down over 93% in just 2 weeks. Look at that. Look at how crazy that is, guys. Massive dump. Everyone is pretty much kind of losing faith in FTX right now. They're scared, right? They're worried about something happening like what happened with Celsius or Voyager, and as I said, guys, I can't stress this enough. There is no reason to be leaving your crypto on exchanges. If you are not actively trading, get it off, put it in a cold storage. If you don't know how to use a Ledger Nano, I do have a link for Ledgers, and you can also watch my video. There's a video popping up. I go over everything, how to use it. Make sure you guys get yourself one if you are serious about protecting your funds. But, you can see right here, this was the feud that we went over yesterday, and you could see the volatility in the price every time, CZ would say something, and then we'd have a dump, and then, Sam would come out. There's a little bit of a pump, right? So it's kind of just this war going on between these two guys. And then we also have the co-founder, I think it's Yihei, maybe that's how it is. I probably said it wrong. But she says the point we'd like to stress is that the decision to hold or sell a token depends on one's own risk appetite and judgment. Our decision to sell FTT is a pure investment-related exit decision, which has nothing to do with a war, and we have no intention to engage drama. But some people are saying, well, in a way, you publicly said it, you kind of did draw attention to it, right? So the interesting thing now is DB came out and said, do you plan on taking Alameda up on their offer to close the position over the counter to avoid further market impact? Now, remember, before CZ had pretty much said no to selling it to Caroline Alameda for $22, and now he says they have or will buy 580 million of BNB. So what does this mean? Well, it sounds to me like he's saying, sure, you can buy it from me, but you have to buy it from me using BNB, or at least that's how I'm interpreting this tweet. So, it's kind of like you're having this standoff here, right? And it's actually funny. They would basically just be swapping, give me back some of my BNB, I'll give you back some of your FTT, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing right now, which then in that case, if you pay in BNB, obviously, Binance isn't going to sell their BNB token, and FTX isn't going to sell their FTT token, right? So hopefully the idea is that they can kind of just meet in the middle, right? And that's sort of the plan. But the thing that is scaring people, and I don't have any evidence of this because currently I don't use FTX. I've never used FTX. But you can see right here, it says that they seem to have stopped processing withdrawal requests according to on-chain data. The last outgoing transaction took place at 6:37 a.m. Eastern time on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, can anyone confirm? Is anyone using FTX? I don't know. But I do know that this is kind of unfortunate because we actually, and as I've showed you guys in the past, where is that? I had that from yesterday. Yeah, here you go. The midterm elections. This is what I wanted to look at. And, you could see that leading into the midterms, you do, this is data going back to 1963. Historically, you do tend to see a little bit of a downwards price action leading into the midterms, but then literally, the guys, this is like, there is not one time since 1962 that we have not had a positive within 6 to 12 months in all cases with an average of 15 to 16%, right? So, historically speaking, these should potentially be pretty bullish times, but we have this situation going on with these guys, and unfortunately, that's really starting to affect things. And like Star pointed out, if unfortunately FTX becomes another Luna, nobody in the industry can benefit from the accident, including Binance. Both customers and regulators will lose some confidence about the whole industry. I hope CZ can think about stopping to sell FTT and make a new deal with SBF. So maybe there will be a deal made, but man, this would definitely be the icing on the cake. Think about what the regulators are going to feel about the two largest exchanges in the world having beef with each other, dumping each other's tokens on each other. This is really why you're seeing the need for or the want for regulation in the space, and why we're seeing a lot of the bigger capital, the sovereign funds, still scared to come in. Brad Mills pointed out over here, the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan invested in FTX at a $32 billion valuation. Quebec Pension Fund invested in Celsius. And down here, he says these guys are probably going to get wrecked, right? So, yeah, there's, and unfortunately, we still are seeing a lot of those degen moves. We still, could we really be due for even more of a flush out? I don't know, guys. Between what we've seen with Celsius and Voyager and Three Arrows Capital and massive liquidations across the board, and, then this situation happening right now and these people losing money, and it sure looks like capitulation to me. You also had BitDAO suspecting that FTX had dumped their BitDAO token, which was against their agreement. They weren't supposed to sell any. This was based on something in 2021, but I guess they were actually able to provide the evidence that they didn't sell. So I guess that's good. And like I said, for everybody freaking out about Sam and FTX, I don't use FTX. I'm not defending them. I don't really care personally, although I don't want anyone to lose their funds. I don't want anyone to get hurt, obviously. But I don't think that they're insolvent. I don't think that they're bankrupt. I would think that, considering you're one of the top exchanges in the world, I know what these guys make on fees. Don't forget, all the percentages every time there's a trade going on. They definitely have money, unless they're just over leveraged beyond belief, But, ultimately, it would be nice to see this hold. But, getting back to everything that's going on today. So what is everyone sort of anticipating? Well, as counterintuitive and productive as this might sound, I think really what people want right now, and this I'm not taking sides. I don't care personally, if you're a Democrat, Republican, really doesn't matter to me. If you're in crypto, you're my friend. We're cool. We can hang out. But I do think that right now there has been some faith kind of lost a little bit in the Dems. So they kind of want the Republicans to, maybe start to maybe win. And, even if you have sort of, as we said in yesterday's video, sort of a contrarian, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like more of an equal balance, where it's not like leaning one way or the other. It's kind of like a mixed, stance. That's kind of what they want. And, they said, we need a few Dems and Republicans in Congress who want their states to be crypto friendly to pass a good bipartisan bill that protects the rights of Americans to buy, sell, and hold crypto. I don't know every single candidate. There are some Democrats. I just saw a new guy today from New York. He's a Democrat. He's pro crypto. I think the majority of them are Republicans. You have like Cynthia Lummis and all them, but they say it's the most consequential election that crypto has ever had. It will determine determine how crypto is regulated for many, many years to come. Democrats are more concerned about consumer protection and financial inclusiveness, whereas Republicans are more concerned about financial innovation and kind of a free market economy, right? So, I mean, as much as I want people to be protected, I do take more of the stance of financial innovation. I don't want to stifle innovation because we're too worried about people, gambling their money away on the ponies. I mean, if you guys, you can go take your entire life savings. You can go to Atlantic City or Las Vegas. You can put it all down on black and literally just risk it in one turn. But, God forbid you buy some crypto tokens, right? To me, I don't get it. But nevertheless, I do think that and this is just my opinion, I think if the Republicans pull out a little bit ahead today and we do get a little bit of that sort of mixed, between the two parties, then I think it could be better. And actually interesting, a survey initiated by asset manager firm Grayscale suggested that roughly a third of U.S. voters plan to consider political candidate positions on crypto in the midterm election. So at the end of the day, Republican, Democrat, I don't really take sides. I just side with your ideals, right? And obviously, if you're pro-crypto and you want to, move the innovation forward, you are looking to pass these bills to regulate it, but not stifle the innovation, then in that case, you have my vote, right? I don't really care what side you're on. I am a pro-crypto guy. I'm for crypto and I'm for innovation. So, as I said, getting back here, guys, it looks like we are having a little bit of a bounce. We are holding. You see, these are these fake outs that we get down here, right? We get these fake outs, we get these fake outs, we get these fake outs. So as long as we close above here, this is exactly what we were anticipating. I had been waiting for this level for a while, and we didn't know if we were going to get it right here. We weren't sure, right? But and inevitably we did come down here, and this is good. This is what I wanted to happen. I wanted some more consolidation, before having that move to the upside. So once again, if you guys are looking to trade, remember you just want to hold above this level for a day. Really what you want to do is kind of close above 19,500. You want to get above this area right here, right? You want to flip this area, which was acting as resistance. You want to flip that into support. And then I do think that some of those next levels that we have, 22.3, 23, even 25,000 is possible by the end of this year. So of course, if you do want to trade, make sure that you check out the videos. And don't forget, there is that extra bonus below if you guys want, that you can get that extra 30 grand. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I make these videos. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. We will have to see what happens on Thursday with CPI data. But nevertheless, that is it. You guys rock. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Make sure you check this video out right now. That's it for me. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.